So I found this video of New Year's Eve 1999. My biggest international collaboration would be working with Rajakumari, Nervo and Cruella. I believe the only person who can stop you from achieving anything in life is yourself. Hi, my name is Nasya. I am a multidisciplinary artist, a producer, and the founder of Vintage Goa Memories, and you're watching me on GoaTalks. So with photography, it's always been a hobby for me. I would take my camera with me wherever I'd go. Chasing sunsets, clicking pictures of the moon, for example. I had this time where I wouldn't miss a full moon, like to shoot a picture of a full moon every month. I also had this whole Tumblr era of mine, which I know many of us went through. In the near future, I would like to experiment with film photography because I've never done that before. And also shooting video on film. Because you got those old Super 8 cameras and the 16mm cameras. That's what I want to do next. I was scrolling through the feed and I came across this section where they had these vintage collages. The ones with the old magazine clippings and a different background, and they'd piece all of that together. I saw that and I thought that was interesting. We could experiment with that. I do not make vintage collages anymore. I've found my style throughout the years. Growing up, I was always exposed to all sorts of music, different genres. We had 70s disco, 80s music, 90s music playing in the house. Also 2000s music, like the mainstream pop. My cousins, we used to have a whole summer vacations. We curate our own dance routines to like that music and throwback hits like ABBA's Dancing Queen, and this was our jam. Hollaback Girl by Gwen Stefani. Shout out to my cousins Tiana, Andrea and Malusha. We had the best summers, okay? In the 2010s, I was into alternative music for a bit. Lana Del Rey. She's been my inspiration. Also went through the whole EDM phase, Kanye West, hip hop too. Mid 2010s, inspired by Kanye West as a producer and the whole musician thing. In 2010, during COVID, I tapped into ambient music. Brian Eno, Shiva Rasa, the whole ambient Japanese thing. And now I'm back to pop music, but this time it's more experimental, not very mainstream. Now let's talk about my online archive, Vintage Goa Memories, which is an unexpected move, honestly. Because when my friends found out that I am the admin and I run this page, they were kind of shocked because it's a complete contrast from who I am as a person, my whole personality, I understand that, but this page I created back in 2018. Fresh out of college, I was researching about the hippie culture in Goa for some project, and I came across a couple of pictures which were very rare at that time. Not anymore, they're all over the internet. It was of the 70s hippie scene in Goa. So I decided to put that up on Instagram for personal reference, but that slowly grew into a global community of I think 130,000 people now following the page. Initially, I used to find these pictures myself. I still do, but I get a lot of photo submissions now from the people who follow me. So if you guys have some really rare pictures of Goa which have not been shared on the internet before, please email them to me at vintagegoamemories@gmail.com. One of my lifelong quests has been trying to find a picture of the sunset in Goa from the day that I was born. So if any of you guys got a picture of the sunset from the 7th of October 1996, please email that to me. My favorite video on this page would be... So I found this video of New Year's Eve 1999, bringing in the new millennium in Goa. This was a special find for me because I've always been on the lookout trying to find pictures from New Year 2000, because I heard it was a big thing back then, and a lot of parties happening in Goa. And I was born in 1996, okay, so I don't really know what went down during that time. So this video is based in Paga and Kalangut. It has everything. It's got partying at Tito's, it's got the whole lane, then fireworks by the beach, also countdown before midnight. Now I work as a freelancer in the music industry, creating artwork for different musicians, the cover artwork that they use on their music. I've worked with musicians from all around the world, the US, the UK, Brazil. They send in their unreleased songs for me to hear, and very confidential. So I listen to it and trying to figure out the whole aesthetic of the song, the color theme of it, because every song has its own color. And I also incorporate a lot of my photography in my artwork. Say, for example, I need a picture of the full moon, so I'll crop that off from the pictures that I shot and piece it all together via Photoshop. Then also the backgrounds in some of my recent work. The current project that I'm working on is called Sounds Like Goa. This is a multi-genre conceptual album which is produced by me, composed by me, performed by me, everything by me. It's inspired by my life and times growing up in Goa and the sounds that I heard all around me. So it's a transition from like AM to PM. We've got the first song is about dawn, then we got sunsets, evenings, ends with midnights. The first song off of this album, I'm releasing it as a single. It's called Dawn Shell on the 9th of August. Dawn Shell is inspired by, it's a song about my mornings in Goa. It has these ambient pads which are very airy and, inspired by the piano played at church in the morning in the distance and birdsong at dawn. When you hear this song, the first few seconds of it, you can hear birds in it, right? So I recorded that live 2 years ago at Oshel, and I used that as a sample. 2 years ago when I thought about all of this, that's exactly when I was inspired to create this album. My biggest international collaboration would be working with Rajakumari, Nervo and Cruella on their single Goddess. I did the cover artwork for them back in 2020. About Cruella, I had this whole EDM phase back in the 2010s where I would listen to a lot of music. So I used to listen to their tracks almost every day. And looking back now, I was listening to their music and the next release has my work on it. So I kind of manifested that. My biggest collaboration in India would be with the Cosmopolitan India magazine for their project Portraits from Isolation, which was done during COVID back in 2020. They got in touch with a bunch of celebrities all around India, almost 200 of them, and they asked them to click pictures of themselves at home. So they sent in these self-portraits of theirs to me to work my magic on, and this was featured in their summer 2020 issue. So I like to wake up really early. It depends on my timetable basically. So if I wake up early, I go for a morning walk, to clear out my head. And I allot certain times because I'm not just doing music or art, right? I'm also, I have an hour for Vintage Goa. Then I'm also a social media manager. I'm handling 2 other businesses. So I do that for another one or 2 hours. And also have to think about my own social media and my artwork and, music. Music I try. So in the beginning, I was always procrastinating. But it's been the last 2 months, I think, that I've started working on music every single day. Do everything with passion and do it with consistency, one day at a time. Don't look for instant results because the day you sow the seed is not going to be the day you get to eat the fruit, right? Just work on it slowly and believe you can do anything and then go do it. Don't let nobody stop you because I believe the only person who can stop you from achieving anything in life is yourself. Yeah, don't be like, oh, will the audience like my work? Or is this song going to be a hit? Or, do it the way you want to. Make timeless music, make more music that you want to hear out in the world. And as Rick Rubin said, the audience comes last. This is Nasya signing off. Thank you for watching me on It's Goa.